Good evening, I'm Liyana Hassanel. Welcome to Bizworld. Malaysia and the United Kingdom, UK, aim to elevate their Committee on Trade and Investment to ministerial-led Joint Economic Trade Committee, JETCO. In a statement, International Trade and Industry Ministry said the new JETCO will promote and enhance trade, investment and economic cooperation linkages. These include addressing trade barriers affecting business between the two countries. The first meeting of Malaysia-UK JETCO is expected to be held next year. Earlier, Malaysia and the UK convened the second Joint Committee on Trade and Investment Cooperation in London on Thursday. At the meeting, the UK congratulated Malaysia on its ratification of CPTPP and provided an update on their accession status, while Malaysia presented the benefits of the deal when it enters into force for Malaysia on November 29th. Malaysia's terms of trade showed positive growth in September, rising 1% month-on-month to 113 points and 6.8% year-on-year from September 2021. Department of Statistics attributed this to the rises in the index of mineral fields, chemicals and machinery and transport equipment. The export and import unit value indices rebounded to an upward trend, increasing 1% and 0.03% month-on-month respectively. The increase in the export unit value index was supported by the increases in the index of mineral fields. The export volume index also increased by 1.1%, contributed by the rises in the index of animal and vegetable oils and fats, while the import unit value index, which recorded a marginal increment of 0.03%, was attributed to the rises in the index of machinery and transport equipment. ASEAN countries in the first half of this year has been on an economic rebound, despite many parts of the world are faltering on the edge of recession. According to Eurasia Review, Growth Domestic Product, GDP in Malaysia, Vietnam and the Philippines will grow in excess of 6%, while growth rates of Indonesia and Cambodia are expected at around 5%. Singapore, Thailand, Laos and Myanmar are all expected to grow around 3% mark. Most of this growth has been underwritten by the strong expansion of exports and resurgence of local demand and investment. However, some of the ASEAN countries, including Malaysia, will be facing potential problems due to the international economic slowdown, which could dampen demand later in the year and 2023. ASEAN's economic resurgence has also created some chronic labour shortages in Singapore, Malaysia and Thailand. This could hamper potential construction and manufacturing growth if these issues are not resolved. MIDF research expected Bank Negara to front-load its monetary bullets by raising the overnight policy rate OPR to pre-pandemic levels of 3% by January 2023. It said the rise of OPR yesterday was in line with market expectations, but remained below pre-pandemic levels. However, the next increase will be subject to the stability of economic growth, the pace of price increases, and further improvement in macroeconomic conditions. The BNM also expected inflation to peak in the third quarter, with the first 9 months average inflation rate remained within its 2.2 to 3.2% forecast range. The firm also in tune with the central bank, especially on the stance that the post-15th general election government policy on fuel subsidy will determine the direction of Malaysia's inflation outlook for next year. Maxis net profit for the third quarter ended September 30th, 2022 slipped 3.08% to 315 million ringgit as the one-off prosperity tax took a bite out of the bottom line. Its overall revenue for the quarter stood at 2.41 billion ringgit, 5.9% higher versus the comparative quarter. The telco said a pickup in service revenue, underpinned by continued growth in its consumer and enterprise businesses, is fueling convergence efforts. For the period under review, service revenue rose 3.7% year-on-year to 2.11 billion ringgit. Maxis declared a third interim dividend of 5 cents per share for the quarter, payable on December 22nd, 2022. Meanwhile, Maxis was seeking its shareholders' approval on November 2nd to ink the access agreement with Digital Nasional Berhad. It intended to complete the approval process by January 2023. That's all for now. I'm Liyana Hassanel. Thank you for watching and keep tuning in to TV3.